Hello everyone, how are you? Last week we said we had a big announcement. I'm going to get right to it, not going to make you wait for it. We are moving away from doing a weekly video and we are now going to be releasing not daily videos, but perhaps 3 videos a week. We are certainly going to try to release a video on a Monday and a Wednesday and a Friday. The reason that we are doing this is, well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one is that I spend a long time making videos every Saturday. So typically I would get up at 7:30 in the morning, have some breakfast with the kids, and I will be sat at the desk ready to work by 8 in the morning. And I typically don't finish until 9 at night, maybe 10 o'clock at night, sometimes 11. So it's a long old day. The reason that it takes so long is because I edit to music, and obviously that takes a long time and stuff like that. So going forward, some of you are going to be quite happy about this. There's not going to be so much beat match music in our videos. There will be some music, but I won't be spending an hour kind of like making tiny little adjustments to video files to make it all work. As you can see, the beard is getting big. That comes on to reason number 2. And that is that I was hoping to get rid of this bad boy once I got to 100,000 subscribers. So hopefully going to an increased release schedule should mean that we should get some more subscribers and get more people watching. Which brings me to reason number 3, and that is that it will increase our income. That will be very, very welcome, because at the moment we still live on our savings. Yeah, what we earn from YouTube isn't enough to kind of keep us going exponentially. Another thing to consider is the fact that because we have this big delay in what we filmed and stuff like that, if we do a quicker release schedule, we'll probably be able to catch up with the present a little bit better than we currently are, because we're running around about 3 months behind at the moment. That also means that I will be able to talk to you directly. So if we ask you a question in the comments, I'll be able to talk to you about it in the next video or the video after, or something along those lines. So that would be quite helpful. I also want to take this opportunity to thank everybody. And I mean, there's been so many people that have sent us stuff on throne.com. That's been very, very kind. We really, really do appreciate it. I don't know if we've been saying thank you enough because of the nature of the backlog and the way that works. So yes, so thank you very much. One other thing. We are thinking of setting up a Patreon page because quite a few people have asked us to do that. So let us know in the comments if that's something that you'd be interested in. So for all those reasons, that's why we are no longer doing Sunday videos. So what that does mean is to Alan, to Annette and Caladin, St. Bridget, Laurie Larkin, all of you guys, all of my regulars, there's no longer going to be Sunday chats. And so I'm sorry about that, genuinely. It's going to be quite sad. I will hopefully still be able to do some sort of premiere occasionally or something like that, but it's not going to be on a Sunday. Anyway, that's probably more than enough waffle from me. Back to the summer with a shorter beard, and there's just a little bit more of dormer action. But hang on, don't turn off. It's not all dormers. I promise you that the dormers are going to be done by the end of this video. We have other stuff being done. Let's go back to the summertime where all the leaves are green. I'll speak to you later. Good morning to you all, and it's glorious here today. Take a look around. Honestly, I'm a lucky boy, aren't I? Still on the dormers. Oh, the dormers. You're all going to be so happy when I stop talking about the dormers. We have 1, 2 of them prepared, chopped back all of the membrane and left the top layer here ready to go for the insulation. The insulation pieces, they're all in here, they're all cut, they're ready to go. So yes, so trim those 2 back there, get those bits of OSB on there. So yeah, better get on with it. hopefully you can see what the aim is. We have basically put some insulation all the way around there. Now we will put battens on the inside and on the outside there, and then a few all the way down through here. Same on this side, and then there'll be a layer of OSB on top of that. Oh, mate. Next update. You can see we're still maintaining these air gaps. Quite important. I'm going to step up on here so I can show you this. Put a full in here, and I've left a gap here. So, as we talked about previously, if this roof sheet fails and a bit of water gets in on top of here, and if that fails, then it will drop down through onto this layer. And if all of that happens and water comes out here, it would be trapped in here. So what I've done is I have cut a fall into this header piece of timber, and I'll put some silicone just in along there. So on the very, very, very small chance that all of those things happen, then any moisture will drop down here and come out at the bottom, because there'll be a slight gap at the bottom. So there we go, that is the first one. All I need to do is put some OSB on there, which I might do today, or I might just crack on with another one. I've got somebody coming to give me a hand for a few days on tomorrow, so I might just leave this one as it is, just so he can see exactly what needs to be done. So yeah, we'll kind of like leave it all open rather than close it up, and hopefully that will be good. So all that needs to actually go on here now is the OSB, and I'm going to go from this point here all the way out so it actually kind of intersects with here, so there isn't anything holding that OSB. So I'll put a couple of chocks in, like 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that, just to kind of like screw it to this one and then to itself. And then the final thing that I will do is, if you imagine this is the OSB edge here, I will take a router and just put like a chamfer along that edge, because what happens is when they will bend the steel, there'll be a short radius. It won't be like a perfect 90-degree internal corner. So that should mean that we can then just kind of put this metal and just pop it on there and put some screws in, and I really hope that I've taken all this time to do this now, so when it comes to do the final kind of finished good looking stuff, that it'll just go on there, a few screws, and it'll look pucker. So right, there we go. Charlie is up in the garden, up in the mezzanine, and he's going for it, and the strimmer. So you've probably heard of the strimmer going a lot today. I'm so proud of him, because he's been using the little kind of 18-volt Makita one, and it's not really cutting the mustard with some of the stuff that's grown over the last kind of 8, 9, 10 weeks. So he's on the big boy, proper big pro weed whacker, or strimmer as we call them in the UK. And yeah, he's going for it. So yeah, changing the fuel, pumping it up, priming it, managing to start it, the whole kit and caboodle. So there you go. Like, yeah, he's going to be dead handy next year. He's going to be even bigger. Today is the day that we finish the front of these dormers, I hope. You have seen close-ups of it yesterday, so I'm just going to stick you guys on the tripod out in the garden and you can watch it all unfold from a distance with some music. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. Looking forward to finishing this one, that is for sure. Anyway, let's get on with it.
That's what I'm just going to go and get, actually. Just what I'm going to get. I just saw the pot and I thought, ah, we're at the dregs. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it needs chocks on the corners? A few?
Maybe just a few like that.
Yeah, like four, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 or 4. I think so. Just in case. I think it'll add that bit of
Like
stiffness to it. Yeah. Yep. Yes, yes, yes. La la la. Where's your pot bud here? It's raining. Il pleut de vie. Alleluia. Would that make sense?
Not really.
It's raining screws.
Il pleut des vis. Alléluia.
Okay, here we go. Better. That's better. Why you stood up for that? You need to be lower down. Silly you. Look at that, after all this time missing. I'm gonna have to phone up Peter and complain. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Right, that is it. Sorted.
Do you know, there are some days where you stand back and look at what you've done and suddenly everything just looks awesome. It's not a massive amount of work, but for the first time ever, I really, really can see the light at the end of the tunnel of these dormers. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm going to go up to the builders merchants. I've got all the measurements for them so they can order up all of the metal work that's going to cap all of that OSB 3 that you can see. And hopefully next week, or maybe the week after, it's going to turn up. We're going to get that up and we're going to take that scaffolding down. And that's the last time I'm putting that scaffolding up for a good while. We might put some roller shutters up there. I've left enough room and depth and all that around there, but we'll have to see what the budget does for that. It's starting to look like something awesome. I'm very, very happy. Yesterday was very successful. We got the fronts of the dormers all sorted out, and I'm hoping to get the price for all the folded metal to go on there today. And so today we are going to go and we are going to put the folded metal that we already have on here. So at the moment Merlin is just up there taking a little look, and I'm going to pop on up myself and yeah, and I'll show you guys what we're going to do. Here is the roof that Jason built a couple of months ago now, and so we have our breathable membrane that comes down here, and then underneath here we have our OSB, and what he's done is he's foamed up the gap a little bit through there. Now there is, as you can see, a little bit of OSB missing here. We've got to put that on here, which means we will have a piece of OSB coming down onto there. Then we're going to take an offcut of our panel and cut that and put it onto here to finish everything off, and then that's it, it's all sorted. So what we are then going to do here is take those folded metal panels, and that's going to be what's called our fascia board, And we are going to attach that onto here. Now, as you can see here, lovely, easy peasy. The fold's just going to sit underneath here. We've got a little bit of trimming to do. All is well. And all is well. Still all is well. You're thinking, oh, this won't take long, Rich. This is going to be good. Now, haha. When we get around about halfway through, you can see the problem that we have. If I put the camera down through, well, hopefully you can see that. So essentially what we have is the roof disappearing onto the wall, and it goes down, it gets worse down to about 60 millimeters down at the end there. This is something that I knew about when Ross and I were actually rebuilding this. So we made the roof square, but we knew that it wasn't square to this wall here. And so our chickens have come home to roost. So we've got a couple of choices. I am thinking about either putting an additional layer on top of here, which will get us out of trouble for a bit more until around about here, I would say. But eventually what we're going to have to do is have the fascia board on there like that, and then we're going to have to put like a cement flaunching that's got struck on an angle like that, so if any water ever did hit that bit of mortar, the dry mortar, then it would just roll off and come down. No water's really going to get on there, because after we've done that, there is a gutter that sits in here, and then that will be discharged at both ends of the building. Right, we need 1058, something like that, 1058. Right, you guys, we're having a good day. Things are going slowly, but that's for a good reason. We have put our fascia board on here like that. Now we are putting some extra little strips in here, and we have cut some strips off of here. So can you see also that I've rebaited here? So the metal that's here, it's going to slide up underneath there. We'll pop a couple of screws in a few places. And then our large metal sheets, which is going to be our fascia board, they are going to sit over there like that. So essentially, this is a tiny little soffit board that we're making here, and then we're then going to put the fascia on. But the realities of it is that I've had to do a couple of trips back to the house today because I simply forgot some tools twice. So we're not going to get it all on today, but that's no matter. We will be back on the Monday and we should get it done. Right then, you guys, this is a tricky little thing. We have got to find the angle in here, and then we've got a small piece to go in here. As always, we have a male and female edge to this bardage, the insulated panel. So this is the male one because it protrudes out, and so the female will accept that protrusion. So we have got a tape measure from there up to there. And we've also measured from this point to here, minus 5 millimeters because there's a 5 mil gap, and we have come up with that. So I'm going to take that downstairs, I'm going to cut that, and then we'll get this installed. Okay, let's go and have a look at our little pile of offcuts and see if there's anything that's going to work for that. Right, I can already see, don't go any further, we're going to have to put I forgot about that. I was going here, but it's going to miss this one, and there's nothing underneath. Can you see it?
Yeah, yes, I can see it.
We're there. So that's not the end of the world. We literally just
We have some spare parts there.
Yeah, we'll pop a little bit of timber in there. What are we doing, Merlin? Removing plastic.
Yes.
Because we found out that getting it out from underneath up here was sad.
Not sad.
No?
Waste of time.
There you go. Last piece going in, ladies and gentlemen. So this is quite momentous.
Yep.
And to me, yeah, something like that, pal. That's it. What have we got left?
So we have to push it up.
Uh-huh.
And one more here.
Yep.
No, I'm thinking about this corner.
So, just to interrupt your thought process, with this here, we can unscrew this a little bit.
Yeah.
You can take a little corner piece, have the 50mm going that way,
Yes.
and we just cut a slot
Yep.
in, just do that and tighten the screw back off, because, you know, that's
slot is never going to be seen by anybody.
Like I said, let me. I will have fun.
All right, okay.
So before you climb,
Yeah,
come have a look.
come on.
Believe. So I just need to add the 2 more screws here.
Very, very nice.
The width here is exactly the same as the other one.
Oh,
You said the
Chef's-
detail.
chef's kiss. So we've got double bubble here. I've got no problem with putting these in here, just to give us that extra strength, because southwest is from this way. We are very, very sheltered here, like very, very sheltered. And we've got this building in front of this one, but just in case we get one of those crazy once in 100-year storms, like, you know, we are got double protection here, 2 layers. So these are screwed into the timbers, which are again screwed into here, and we've repeated that all the way down through. You can see all of those double sets of screws. They're holding chocks of timber that are screwed in both ways, and then they're all screwed down from the top. So yeah, right, 3 screws in there, and then we're gonna pick up a little issue that we found with the cut edge on here. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's not amazing. So we're gonna redo that, I think. You see?
Yes. Please.
Right, that's just gently.
Yes.
Yep, happy?
Okay, we finish with hammer. Finish by hand.
Pretty good. Lovely, mate. Very happy.
Okay.
take a look at what Merlin did here. Ridiculous. That man has got some skills. So there we go. We are nearly completed. That's that all the way down through. It's looking very spiffy. Obviously we've got some stones that we need to put in, and if I show you down here, I put like a cut all the way in, so you should be able to see here it's going to be pointed, but everywhere else here just put that into the stone. There's a tiny little soffit detail. So a bit of guttering on there, and that is it. It's finished. Time to go home. Hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.